All right, guys. I had a few requests to do a quick little 6:30 Club at 9:03. So take a look at disclosure. Let's see if it works. All right, guys. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. This is my more sophisticated version of myself. I'm not in the ice barrel. I'm not right out of the sauna after doing all my work in the morning. The reason why I do that, guys, is because I try and show you, like, every day, we work on ourselves. It's not all sunshines and rainbows out there, right? You don't wake up prepared. You don't wake up with your mind right. Everybody's got to put a process and plan together to figure out how to approach the day. And that's mine. Every day I wake up at 4:45. I look at what's happening around the world. I look at what's happening, in the futures markets. I combine it with the active sequence that we've been involved in. I think about my positions. I think about multiple things that could happen. So this way, I'm prepared for when the market starts trading. So let's see if there's anybody around. I don't even know if I'm really live. Let's see. Hold on a second. Got Alan Lyons on. Hey, sweet suit. What do you mean you don't like me with my shirt off in the ice barrel? This is another version, right? Let's see, guys on the Alpha team. Can you see? Anybody see? Is it on Twitter? Is it on YouTube? Can you guys see? I got Bob in the house. Okay. It's funny. I was just saying a little bit of a little story about this coach. So basically, right around I guess mid-December, because I do like to be a little bit more. I feel more comfortable on the active bullish side. Listen, as traders, you need to know what you're good at and need to work on what you're not good at. And I know I'm really good when markets are trending. I know how to pick leaders, find relative strength, hold them, and massage them, use a tier system, make great money, let the market make you money. But that's not always the case. Listen, the world changes, life changes, markets change. And the way you could judge and measure the market is by measuring the trend. I always talk about the 8 and 21 day. I talk about trends, and when trends change, we have to change. Doesn't mean you're going to be, in the best situation to profit from the trend change. What up, Bobby? What up, Sam? If you guys remember, if you go here just to the chart of the SPYs, last week on Saturday, I came in for a quick little video just because I wasn't here on the close, and I'm like, guys, hey, look at this. Look at the SPYs. The SPYs broke the 8-day moving average. The SPYs changed, from this ascending channel that we've been in since, October 30th, that ignited on November 6th, right? That started the active sequence to the upside, where the active bulls kept the ball for months, and it was a great trade. Okay. And then when something changes as a trader, if you trade actively for a living, you have to, change with it. And if you look right here, this candle kind of broke below a prior low, took out the 8-day, and then boom. So if someone's like, oh, how did this happen? I didn't see it coming. Well, if you use technicals and you have your mind right, and you don't listen to the people who play traders on TV, and you take accountability, you make your adjustments based on your time frame, based on what you're looking to do. I talk a lot. I'm not going to get fully into X's and O's today, but I talk a lot about time frame. I talk about, how are you trading? Are you an active trader that trades for a living, meaning you get paid every month and every quarter? Then you have to be really right. You have to have discipline, a process, a tier system, and really net money. Otherwise, you're not going to get a paycheck. You're not going to feed your family. And then you're probably not going to be a trader, moving forward. Or, do you add cash flow to your career? You just want to learn how to actively maneuver, spots in the market that can make you some money over a few weeks and you're not getting paid on it, but you're creating cash flow with your job. You could be a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, a fireman, you name it. You could do a lot of things and also approach the market, and try and find key stocks, but that takes a lot of work to create alpha. Or, you could just have your IRA and want to take risk on and off a bunch of times over the course of the year. And you guys want to just kind of mimic my Blood in the Street account, which is one of my long-term accounts. That's a cash account that I only put to work when there's blood in the street. Okay, right now, everyone's like, Red Dog, did you put the Blood in the Street account to work? No. The way it works is it's an account over at Bright House that I can only buy on the close because it's based on mutual funds that correlate to the S&P, or sell. So we didn't quite get that yesterday. And I was targeting 490 to 494 before I wanted to put one tier in. And chances are, I don't know if that happens today. We were there last night, but and a lot of traders are mad, but being mad doesn't get you anywhere. Drop the stress, right? We were down 80 handles, 70 handles last night. Would it be nice to be there at 908? So we also have the luxury. Everyone's like, Red Dog, why don't you trade the futures also? I'm like, because I'm up every day at 4:45, and I work my bejesus off like everyone else. And if I'm trading futures all night and I get to sleep 2 hours 2 hours a day, chances are I'd become a shell of myself, not be able to think, and I would have been done with the business a while ago. So you pick and choose your battles. But anyway, this is where the spies are. After all said and done, after the whole, all the volatility and everyone being up all night long, spies are down 16 cents. They were as low as 494. I actually bought some this morning around 497 and trimmed some out, into this move. I still have a little bit, count. Sometimes you revisit overnight lows and sometimes you don't, or sometimes it takes a bunch of days to revisit that area and retest it. But we'll see what happens today. We have op-ed. We have options expiring. A lot of them are the 500, so we'll see. And overall, hopefully, you saw this and I helped you guys get out of your portfolio approach and made you tactical. And just because you were tactical, it doesn't mean, you killed it this week. You could have had a lot of paper cuts, which is fine. It happens. But overall, every day in the 630 club, I'm like, guys, you could kind of, buy a little bit, but just know where resistance 1 is. And resistance 1 was rejected all week. It got rejected first at 5:15 on Monday. I think this was the easiest day of the week when everyone came in and shorted the open because, Iran's attack wasn't really an attack. It was just I don't even know. It was a fireworks show. The U.S. paid billions and billions of dollars so we could watch fireworks. So some administration sent Iran a lot of money in the deep dark of the night and funded their program. And then we also sent money to Israel to help fund the Iron Dome. And P.S., you had a big fireworks show that spent billions and billions of dollars, and we get taxed 50% all in. Isn't that fun? Somebody actually just, I'm not going to talk politics, but I'll say a little bit. Someone's like, Red Dog, did you hear that we're sending $9 billion to Gaza? I'm like, the U.S. or like NATO or like, no. The Congress wants to send $9 billion to Gaza, for humanitarian aid. I'm like, oh, so you don't think that's going to go back to the Hamas? You don't think it's going to build tunnels? You don't think it's going to go into bad places? I'm like, why don't we send them billions of dollars in food? Hey, food, water, and this and that. We don't need to send them $9 billion to rebuild, and who knows where it goes. Listen, I love the Ukraine. Okay, I'll be honest. I was there 4 different times. Okay, to train hundreds of traders on technical analysis to help give them a career. And when Russia invaded, which is what they did, they disrupted all of these kids' lives. All they want to do is be a little westernized, go to cafes, go to discos, have some fun, have families. And P.S., here we are almost 2 years later or so, and there's been 500, 600, 700,000 sons and daughters dead. Nothing's happened except for, Zelensky, who, the best line he had was when like, oh, I'll send you a helicopter. He's like, no, send me bullets and ammunition to fight, the invaders off. And P.S., how does a politician / actor comedian all of a sudden be able to afford a $25 million plus, lake house in Lake Como or whatever the frig it is? But anyway, I'm not going to say. It just feels like, all the shenanigans by politicians are friggin' shenanigans, and that's why everyone hates Washington. And we get the politicians we deserve everywhere. But for us, what can we do? We can control what we can control, and that's our process. That's our time frame. That's our emotions. That's how we deal with our friends, our family, our, you name it. So you can't let everything just get you overly emotional, because then you don't think straight and you go on tilt. And I know when I trade on tilt, like I was a little yesterday, you lose more than you need to lose. So anyway, what's up, Rolando? What up, Sam? What up, Chris? So for today, 498.56 was yesterday's low. SPYs right now are down 32 cents. I'm sure there'll be some volatility back and forth. Do we hold this or not? Do we have an inside day? 504 would be resistance 1. This would be, real big rubber match where the 8-day is now that, could reject price, and just bring the stress down. Not every day is going to be a home run. It's just a day in the life to net money. If we were down 80 handles on the start, it'd be easier now. We got to figure it out. As far as Netflix is concerned, if you remember last night, everyone's like, Red Dog, why did you agree with Gene Munster? Because Gene Munster was talking about how, Netflix is not going to, talk about their estimates on their subscribers because chances are their growth in subscribers cannot be sustained. Everyone in the world got on Netflix during the pandemic. And then 2 quarters ago, everyone got caught stealing logins from their family. So it went up, and now they have a great business and a great model, and they're going to monetize advertising and this and that. But P.S., their bread and butter part of the business on growth is the best days are behind them. And they have a big PE of 40, and chances are, this stock that, is not trading like a Tesla or an Apple well off the highs. This is already back pretty much at historic highs. So chances are, after a huge move like this with an elevated PE, and they have to figure out ways to show growth, or not. It's going to be probably a dead trade, or a trade that is not something that's going to have momentum, and this is a momentum name. So we'll see what type of hole we have today. Some guys shorted it last night when I said that at 595, and they're feeling really good about themselves. Stock right now is at 568. So, if you timestamp when the tweet happened, it was a 595. Because some people are like, Red Dog, you said it after the fact. I'm like, no, I didn't. It was a 595. And I said I would not be buying it. I believe with Gene Munster and guys in the Alpha team were doing whatever they do. So anyway, here's 557. Okay, this is same problem as Apple, pretty much. Apple's a great company. I love the phone. But you can't have like iPhone 75. You got to do something a little different. I think that they should, kind of make the Samsung phone where it opens up and there's nothing in the middle. So this way the phone's double the size, right? And then you can. I have a 60-inch TV in 4 places in my house, and I watch my iPhone in bed. That's how I watch my shows. But anyway, and then you could also do it for emails and this and that. And then you have different plugins and different AirPods, and you start a whole new cycle versus the same one with a glorified new camera and a little bit faster. But anyway, so Apple, which has been in trouble, because it also has an elevated PE, has been working lower. And, I remember last week it had a big igniting bar, and it looked as if, hey, maybe it changed. You talked about AI chips for, the Mac, and then all of a sudden it should have held right there, and it didn't. So we'll see what happens next week. If you look at the weekly chart, it looks like Apple's on its way to 157 or 148. But we'll see. Tesla, which used to be my bread and butter. Remember, I had Elon Musk on the wall. Where is Elon? I don't even know where that thing is anymore. But actually, this is why I was wearing the jacket. Somebody sent me the jacket. They're like when Nvidia gets over 505, which you've been talking about, I'm going to send you the Dan Ives jacket because your T3 is Dan Ives. But you use technicals, not just opinions. And he was uber bullish on Tesla, which obviously from December down, it's been crushed. Cupertino, the super cycle. Meanwhile, Apple's been, actively out of play, a laggard, maybe turning into headwind. So as traders, we have to change. So I just put this on also to show that I'm not just, sitting in the ice barrel and sauna, because some of you guys get a little upset about it. Like, oh, it's too close up. Then don't watch it. So anyway, 157, 50, 148. Those are the two levels there. Tesla, I give you guys the weekly chart also. In Tesla, it's been grinding lower highs, lower high, red dog reversal sell, broke 189.90. That was one level, broke 160.50, just broke 152. And 135 is probably the next level. Ooh, Nvidia just got hit. Is that true? Nvidia and SMCI just got hit. I'm not in either one. SMCI down 60. I know there's a Barron's article there, so this might shake things up a little bit. What was the news? Nvidia, boom. I know this morning I saw that. I think it's the cover of Barron's saying that they're gonna have competition, but to me it looks like we'll see how that goes. That might now the spies might come in. So hey, there's a volatility in front of your eyes. Anyway, what's some levels in Nvidia now? Let's go back first. First, I just want to see what Tesla's doing. These are all the level 2s. Let's see. Tesla is down $1.62. Just most of the focus is everywhere else. So sometimes Tesla likes to go for a trade, but again, it's a broken name, so you got to love it and leave it. 148.70 is the low. If you want to take a look at the daily chart, that's the daily chart. 148.70. See if that gets reclaimed. It's a little oversold. There's the 8-day. Sometimes it comes back to it. By the way, this is what I do every day for Regular All Access. This is what I do every day for the Alpha team. I make videos and I go over levels, and we just and then we execute when the market opens up. I don't just, I'm just not a commentator on TV. I'm a trader real time. That's why I make a living quarterly. So 148.70 is your spot to watch. Maybe it goes red to green. Now let's go to Nvidia real quick, because Nvidia just seems like it got hit. 824 is yesterday's low. So watch 824. 824 is right here. That's also the 50-day. Let's see if I put the Alpha team over here. Oh, I just missed the Alpha team. Hold on. We'll see what happens here. Alpha team. We discuss news. We all help each other. Let's see what I could type right into it, and they could see, what's the Nvidia SMCI news. because I'm not watching it. Obviously, there's 273 people. By the way, last time you guys saw this, it had like 8 different options, 20 different stocks, and that was a few weeks ago. I did buy some SPYs this morning, and now I've been selling on the way up to go. They also watch to see what happened. You just posted above. Pre-announcement to the upside. They just announced the earnings date. No pre-announcement. Okay, so that might be interesting. Not everybody was looking for another pre-announcement, but if that's the news, maybe there's an opportunity there. By the way, for those of you, is this stream still working? I don't see any comments. Anybody still watching? Anyone see that 824 was yesterday's low? Does anyone see that Nvidia now is where? Nvidia is above that still. So this is a probably better trade. I just see Rolando from South Miami. No one else talking. I guess everyone's trading. If that's the case, I'm going to go trade also. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys. Have a great Friday.